I said we got three schemes. One is our flagship scheme, which is the Parag Parikh Long-Term Equity Fund. We've got the liquid fund, which we launched last year, and just 3 or 4 months back, we launched the tax saver fund. So I'll just talk a little bit about the long-term equity fund. It's a go-anywhere fund. It gives the fund manager enough freedom to invest in opportunities that are available to him within this market, within international markets, across geographies, across market caps. So I like to call it a Swiss Army knife. A Swiss Army knife is one device but multi-functionality. It has got a opener, it's got a knife, it's got a scissor, blah, blah, screwdriver. So it's got a lot of things. So today we can invest across geographies, across sectors, across market cap. We can do arbitrage in this fund too if you want to be a bit in cash. We've taken cash calls, so we are also your dynamic asset allocation funds, and we have pretty much done better than the dynamic asset allocation funds in terms of risk and in return. So where some fund houses want to launch 8 schemes, we are doing 8 in 1 in this scheme. So I don't think we need to launch multiple schemes for that matter. So this scheme provides us with all the things that we do. Again, why do we go abroad? So about 30% of the portfolio is invested outside the country. Reason being is, one is we reduce country risk by doing this. By that I mean, if India is going through a political turmoil, or if it's got border tension with its neighbors, or oil price suddenly shoots up, etc., India will, as a whole, the markets will go down. But if 30% of our money is outside the country, they are protected from such country-specific events. So we do that. So we protect ourselves from the country-specific risk. The winners keep rotating. So it's a myth that India always does better than the US because India is a growing economy and US is a developed country, for example, that we always do well. But that's not it. Different markets or different countries rotate in terms of the returns you get. So we look at the last 5 years, the US markets would have probably done better than the Indian market. Over 10 years, maybe Indian markets does better than the US market. So these keep rotating. So having multiple countries or having investments outside the country reduces the portfolio volatility. So you will not see too much of up and down in our portfolios. It's pretty stable. Again, it's a wider choice. If you want to invest in innovative companies like a Google, Facebook, Amazon, we have to look beyond our border. India is only 4 to 5% of the market capitalization of the world. The rest of the 95, 96% of the opportunities actually lie outside India. So we don't want to restrict ourselves to only 4 or 5% of the opportunities. We want to take care of most of the opportunities that are there. Again, if you look at our cell phones, if we take out our cell phones, we all are using either an iPhone, Samsung, or Chinese companies. I'm sure no one's using an Indian smartphone, right? So again, if you think a smartphone revolution is coming, then you have to go outside the country. You have to look outside the country for these things. And lastly, sometimes the valuations of these companies are much better than what we're getting here. So these are some of the reasons why we go beyond our borders to invest. So like I was saying, when we do this, when we do our strategy, we get this. This is risk versus our category. Sorry, this is a Morningstar data. It's not my own data. It's not our own data. It's a third-party data provider. So none of this is ours. So just letting you know that. So this is risk versus category. We are in the multi-cap category. Our risk is low. Return versus category, return is high. Like I said, when we protect the downside, give a reasonable upside, and do it over a long time, which is 5 years, we get this low risk, high return kind of thing. Isn't that what we want in all our investments? We want low risk and high return. So over time, again, like I said, less than 5 years is, we say that investment should be made 5 and 5 year plus time horizon. So sometime 3 months, 6 months, 1 year if you're looking at it, maybe we're underperforming. But over 5 years, this is what we would want to have. Again, this is interesting that I want to show you. Forget all this alpha, beta, gamma. It's okay. It just says the same thing as the other slide. But this is the interesting part. This upside downside capture ratio. I'll just explain what this means. So upside capture ratio means if the index, which is Sensex or Nifty, go up by 100, the category, the multi-cap category goes up by 93, we go up by 66. So like I said, we're looking for moderate returns. We're not looking for extraordinary returns. But the best part is this downside. When the market goes down by 100, the multi-cap category goes down by 101. We only go down by 31. So this is a massive outperformance here, which makes the fund have low risk and high returns. And returns, this is what we've returned over the last since inception, about close to 17% returns per annum. Last 5 years is about 13%. We've been in the first quadrant or whatever they say. So again, we're looking only at a long-term return. Long-term returns have been pretty good. We're pretty satisfied with it. So yeah, that's about the risk and return. Like I said, what I said, this is just the data that proves that, right? So that's there. Again, we have the liquid fund. We launched it last year. Again, liquid fund is just to do your STP, SIP. It's just a convenience factor. It's something that helps our equity fund for people to do the SIPs and STPs. We don't take any credit risk and liquidity risk in the portfolio. Mostly it's a safe portfolio. You will see the returns being less than the benchmark here. It's just because we are not fighting on returns and we're not getting into riskier assets here. This is to spark your short-term money or to do your SIPs and STPs. So that's the liquid fund. The tax saver we launched about 4 months back. Again, this is due to public demand for it. People wanted a tax saver fund from our fund house. It's a 3-year lock-in period for the tax saver. You get 1,50,000 ATC benefits to invest here. And this is an all-Indian portfolio. We are not allowed to participate in foreign stocks here. So this is all-Indian portfolio. It's only been about 4 months, so hopefully this does well. So though the scheme is open to everyone, we would like people who would at least have a very long-term view, at least 5+ view. They believe in what we are doing. They don't mind if there's some short-term underperformance. So example, in 2017, we thought that the markets were expensive. We sold some of our stocks. We generated some money there, but we didn't have opportunities to invest in anything that we really wanted, or we were convinced about it. So we had cash position. In 2017, maybe we had underperformed the benchmarks or the category, but in 2018-19, we more than made up for all these things. So sometimes we will take unpopular decisions, and if that's the right thing to do for the long term, we will do that. Again, we're a simple fund house. We have 3 schemes, which is one of the main equity scheme that we have, and the liquid fund and the tax saver is just to complement the offering that we have. So we like simple solutions and complex solutions, and we're simple like that. And sometimes, like I said, if there's sometimes fear or greed in the market, they should not be too perturbed about it. We would do the best we can in that way. So if you need to invest, we are there on all the platforms, BSE, NSE, MFU, Paytm, what have you. Most of the platforms are there. We've got 4 offices actually. From one office, we've grown into 4 offices. So we've got a Bombay office, Mumbai office, we've got a Bangalore office, Pune office, and a Delhi office. So we are in 4 locations now. We have our own app. I think over the last 6 months to a year, it's come a long way. The app has come a long way. The web experience has come a long way. We focused our energies a lot on it, so please use it if you haven't. Yeah, so and otherwise we have an office in Mumbai, so please drop by whenever you all want, whenever you all can. So that was it from me.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.